Hello clinical students. So I'm posting this video because I won't see you all for a while, for about a month, and you're making me very nervous about your final assignment. So I just wanted to take a little time and to make sure that you can hear my voice and hear me explain what it is I expect for you to do. So for the final group assignment, which is worth, I believe, 20% of your grade, a substantial chunk, you cannot pass this class without doing well on this assignment. There are a few things that I want you all to pay attention to. One, you are already in groups. Your groups should have selected an intervention to focus on that was approved by me. So I am trying to make sure that none of the interventions are being duplicated, that we'll all have a great learning experience and see what you guys come up with as far as unique, innovative, evidence-based interventions. There are multiple aspects to this project. The first thing that you will do is choose an intervention with your group, and you will need to demonstrate it. Right? So the presentation that you're going to do in class on our last day of class should look very similar to what you've seen myself do or our presenter do when she came and presented to us about cognitive behavioral therapy. So you have access to her slides. I just want you to take note, reflect back on what you experienced. You now with your group, you all are going to be the ones to do the demonstration and to present information on this intervention. It is likely that even myself, nobody in the class is going to be very familiar with the intervention that you are doing. So you are going to be the expert for that 15 minutes to tell us everything that we need to know about this intervention. Of course, in 15 minutes, you won't be able to do a really thorough presentation like our presenter did when she presented CBT, because you have a short amount of time, but you will be able to give us enough information, a taste, so that anyone who is interested in that intervention can then seek out additional resources to get trained in that. So I expect you to have a PowerPoint put together. You're going to go through what the evidence is around that intervention. You're going to describe theoretical background, maybe who first came up with it, what populations is best used for. You are going to give us a training on that intervention in 15 minutes. The other thing that you're going to do is come up with a case scenario so that you can demonstrate one of the skills so that we can see how the intervention works, right? So we've done this in nearly every class this semester, where I will give you a case scenario to role play. You will have some strategy, some technique, something that you are practicing. So you are not going to be getting the class to actually practice the skill because we don't have time, but your group members are going to demonstrate. So maybe one person's going to be the clinician, the other person's going to be the client. You'll give us a very brief snapshot of what that client's situation is, what their biopsychosocial is, what this intervention technique is that you're going to do, and then show us. This is what it looks like, right? So you're going to demonstrate it to the class. The question was asked before, if you have to do it live or if you can video record, and I did say that you have to video record. The caveat to that is that you only have 15 minutes, and when that timer goes off, your group is going to be cut off, so that we don't have time for any kind of technical difficulties. So you're going to want to make sure if you're showing a video that it's going to be delivered seamlessly, that you won't have any glitches, that you'll be able to play it directly from your PowerPoint and that runs smoothly. That's one part of what you're going to be doing. The other part of what the assignment, the second part of what the assignment entails is the written product. So your group is responsible for writing up the basics about the intervention that you chose, which is going to look very similar to several of the manuals that you've had. So when we learned about CBT, I provided you with a CBT manual. When we learned about, when you took the CPT training, you received a manual for that. The problem-solving treatment, the one for older adults, came with a manual. I posted a brief CBT manual. So those are examples for you to follow, right? On the kind of documentation that should also accompany your training. So you are going to put together some documentation following the outline that I've already posted on Blackboard that gives a written product that describes the intervention that you guys have chosen to focus on, right? My hope is that the various interventions that are presented by the various groups, that you all will be able to share your written product with one another. So as you go out into the field as clinicians, you will have some documentation to help guide you on a number of various interventions. Your responsibility, though, is to produce a high quality written product to accompany your actual demonstration of the intervention. So that's another piece that you're going to be graded on. The final aspect of this project is the evaluation. It is going to be your responsibility to come up with an evaluation tool, right? So it is up to you, it's your discretion on what it is that you evaluate. So think back to when our presenter came and did the CBT presentation for us. She presented all the PowerPoint slides, gave you background information, guided us in a demonstration of what the interventions look like. And at the end, before she left, she passed out an evaluation. It had a number of items on there of information she wanted to know about her effectiveness as an instructor. I want you all to get in the habit of doing this regularly throughout your careers, that you'll have the opportunity to present something to colleagues, to do some kind of training, some kind of orientation. I want you to get into the habit of also evaluating your effectiveness, right? Getting some feedback from your audience on how effective you were at delivering the material. It is also up to you how you implement your evaluation, right? Maybe it's a paper form. Maybe you come up with a quick online survey that is easy for people to access. I need you to follow the instructions on the assignment that are posted into Blackboard so that you can see kind of what your time frame is and what you're going to be able to do as evaluation. Your evaluation results, you're going to need to summarize those, make meaning of those, and include that in your final written product as well. So that written product has multiple components. It has, the case summary that you came up with. It has all of the information about the actual intervention. It's going to have a summary of your evaluation results and a copy of the tool that you use to collect evaluation results. It's also going to have a place for you to self-reflect. So each member of the group is going to be required to do a one-page self-reflection on, what did you learn throughout this process? How was this for you? What did you gain? What were you challenged by? Because self-reflection is a key piece of what we do as social work clinicians. So the self-reflection is going to be in there as well. Okay. So all of this, everything I just said, is in Blackboard, is in the documentation about the assignment. But I know people learn in different ways. So some of you just, probably need to hear me say it and explain it and do all my hands and stuff. So I just wanted to make sure that part is clear. I have offered and hope many of you take me up on the offer for consultations. So again, we won't see each other for a while. And because Thanksgiving falls on what should have been our in-class week, we miss an in-class, experience this semester. So that this week you're on your Blackboard week, and next week is Thanksgiving. The week after Thanksgiving, you're on Blackboard again. So that Blackboard week after Thanksgiving, I'll be available for consultations. So I've offered both sections of my class for you to email me, make an appointment to come and see me. We can meet somewhere on campus. You can come to my office. If you just want some feedback and know if you're going in the right direction, are we on the right track? How does this look? That'll be your opportunity to get feedback from me before it's the graded official feedback. Okay, so please have someone in your group email me. Just ask for a time. I'll make it happen somewhere during that Blackboard week. Give you some consultation and make sure you're on the right track before you continue to move forward. The submission of the actual final written document, that due date is on Blackboard. All pieces of the written product need to be together, but on the syllabus you will see that on that Blackboard week after Thanksgiving, I'm asking for you to have a draft together. During the consultation, when you talk to me about how your project is shaping up and have questions for me, I would expect for you to have a draft of your actual paper so that I can give you feedback on that as well. So you'll see that in the syllabus. There was one more thing. Oh, what was it? Consultations. Sorry, I'm wasting time on this video because I can't remember what the last thing was. Okay, well, if I remember, I'll put it in the written announcements. I just wanted to include this as a supplement to to us not having class. So if you have questions, if something is unclear about the final projects, please email me, shoot me an email or give me a call, so I can make sure that you're clear. At this point, your group should be full speed ahead, right? I'm getting concerned because some groups are still kind of emailing me about, well, can we do this intervention? Your intervention should have been chosen weeks ago. So you're making me nervous because I'm expecting a high quality product, which is not something that you can just throw together in a couple of weeks. So if you are one of those groups, no pointing fingers, right? If you are one of those groups, y'all need to get on it quick. I remembered the other thing. The other thing is around the grading for this assignment, there is a peer self-review aspect to the grading. So I am not going to be the sole one to assign your grade for this project. Because this is a group project and it's worth so much of your grade, and we all know that not everybody can work well in group projects and can contribute in a significant way, each of you will be suggesting a grade for your group members. Okay, I have an evaluation tool. As soon as I get that finalized, I'll post it on Blackboard. But there are specific things I'm looking for you to report how well your group members contributed in various areas. You will suggest a grade. The final grade for this assignment will be some average of my grade and your group members' grades. Okay, because this is not, at this point in your academic career, you can't just ride on the coattails of other people's in your group. You have to be able to stand on your own. So I would hope that you all will use this as an opportunity to actually give one another feedback on how well they perform in a group. I'd rather they get it from you while it's just a grade at stake and not from a peer when they're employed and their paycheck is at stake. Okay, so all of you will be doing a peer and self evaluation on your performance in the group project that will play a role in the final grade that you receive. So that was the final thing I wanted you to note about this project. Again, if there's any questions, please contact me. But I just wanted to make sure we're all on the same page with what's expected. So with that, happy Thanksgiving, love on your families, be so grateful for everything, and get some work done.